Okay, for some reason I don't know if this music is playing or not. Let me. Okay, I think the audio is disconnected. Just give me a second. Good morning, everyone. We are in episode 4 of Will I Find UX Content. So now let's get started. I think we were talking about integration and iteration yesterday. So let me open my Kindle library and go to the information architecture book. So yesterday we talked about, I think, both integration and iteration. Um, and also, I'm sorry about this. I just had my breakfast. Um, yeah. So yesterday, what we talked about was integration and iteration. And for those who are new to this live stream, just to set the expectations, right? This is a live stream for me to find content for my next UX video. But in the meantime, I also try and explain concepts in detail, right? Ultimately, the content that I generate in these live streams will be presented in a more crisp fashion, and that might not have the same level of detail as these live streams. And I try to start and end these streams before 10 a.m. IST. I'm still figuring out the right time, meaning what is the fixed time that I can start this and end this consistently, right? But yeah, I mean, I may or may not decide and will still keep it before 10 a.m. EST. Now, how this started? This started as for me to just bounce my thoughts, and and yeah, in the meantime, just learn stuff along with you guys and recollect stuff that I have already read, and so on. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can find the content for iteration. Okay, looks like this is the maximum size that we can get to. Um, okay, context. Okay, I think this is a different one. Let's see, iteration. Today, what I want to talk about is iteration. For some reason, this is not working. I don't know if it is because of an issue with the keyboard or with Edge. Let me open. Yeah, I'm also learning Webflow. My dark secrets are out. All right. Let's see if that was an Edge browser issue or an issue with something else. All right, what I want to search for is okay. Looks like it was an Edge browser issue. Um, okay. Let's see. I wanted to see if what we thought or I thought was the definition for iteration or what they explain as iteration. Right. Now, okay, they are talking about exploratory seeking here. And okay. Yeah, he's happy to retrieve a few good results and use them as a springboard for the next iteration of the search. Okay, so in the context of exploratory seeking, iteration means iteratively finding content rather than trying to find everything the user is trying to find at one go. All right. Let's see what they talk about as iteration in the iteration section itself. So this is just for everyone's context. If you are not okay, okay. Hmm, I don't know. This is happening again. This is Chrome. Let's see. Okay, cool. I think it's a Kindle issue. Um, okay, integration and iteration. Okay. Okay, so this is the context of integration and iteration. Now, if I go to the start of this topic, let me, yeah, I don't know, for some reason the internet is slow. Yeah, there are two other major aspects of information to seeking information behavior. Let me just highlight this uh, for reference later. There are two other major aspects to seeking information seeking behaviors, basically, right? So one is integration. Integration is nothing but how do you use multiple ways of finding information in the same information finding session. Right, so we saw what are the basic building blocks of information of any information finding session. Right, so one is link to link navigation, second one is search, and then third one is I'm blanking out. Third one is asking someone. So yeah, those are three ways, and we also saw some novel ways. One is asking a voice assistant. Here they have a very narrow definition for asking. They specifically mention asking a human for help. I think that's what they used. Um, yeah, ask humans for help. But these days you also ask voice assistants. You also find a location on the map. Right, so that doesn't fall under any of these basic building blocks. And yeah, if you were listening to yesterday's live stream, maybe that is. We also said maybe that is a topic for a separate crisp video. What are the novel new ways? Sorry, novel ways to novel new ways. It seems it's redundant. Um, so yeah, what are the novel ways or new ways of or new building blocks of information finding? Right. But yeah, coming back to this, iteration is what we are trying to find a definition for. And yes, and I'm going to change along the way, causing us to try new approaches with new iteration. So here also, that's what they are talking about is as iteration. Um, all right, berry picking. I think they also talk about pearl growing. Okay, there was a notification from my phone. Okay, pearl growing is also one of the things that they talk about. I don't know where they have placed. Basically, berry picking and pearl growing are the two things that they talk about in this book. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, this is annoying every time I have to refresh. I think there is a bug in Kindle, or maybe there is a weird update on both Chrome and Edge, and that's causing this. Okay, berry picking. Yeah, so berry picking is what you see here, right? So this is a legend. Wherever you see Q, it means the user is querying something, and they are finding documents or information, basically. Wherever you see these icons, and then they think about what they are saying, and then maybe they slightly modify the query, or they found some information or some parts of the information that they want to find, so they go on or move on to finding a different part of the information, right? And then that, of course, requires modifying the query and so on. And when they find the information, or when they find all the information that they want, then they end the query, right? Or when they are frustrated and cannot find the information, that then also they do exit. Of course, there is always a middle ground when they found partial information and they just ask someone else um, for help or reach out to someone else to find the information. Right. So that's the berry picking model. You just pick different bits and pieces of information along the way and put them together in their final form, or put them together in the way you wanted, and try to make sense, make a decision, or whatever is the goal that you want to achieve. All right, let me rotate this so that I don't look weird. um, all right, let me see how this thing goes. Okay, cool. Not bad, not bad at all. um, Cool. So now, berry picking is that, right? And I think the next time you are trying to find something on Google or any other product, I think you will, just observe what you are doing and see if this particular model applies, right? And the next one is, let me refresh this again so I can search for pearl growing. Um, Pearl growing is very similar. I don't recollect what is the difference between berry picking and pearl growing. Let's see. So, the model is pearl growing is a start with one or few good documents that are exactly what they need. They want to get more like this one. To meet this need, okay. Similar approach is a good document. Same keywords. Okay. Copy type size. Two-step model. Control type links, blah blah blah. Don't worry about ignore me for a few more seconds. I'm just trying to skim through this content so that I can explain it in detail. Basically, maybe there are different two steps. Mm-hmm. Good candidate or two, and then the second these subsets. Okay, cool. Now, what needs? Okay, so yeah, pearl growing is. I'm still not able to figure out the exact difference, but definitely the definition is different. Just give me a minute. I think someone is trying to call me. Let me just take this call and come back. Okay. Okay, that was another advertisement call. Yeah, as I was explaining, pearl growing is, if I understand this correctly, let's say you are trying to find um, something to listen to, right? Or maybe that's not a good example. Okay, maybe you are trying to find the travel policy, which is the example that they use, I think, in this book or in the other book that I am reading. And say you have an intranet website on your sorry, in your company, and on the home page there are a bunch of subsites, right? And they list, okay, travel. I'm sorry. Travel is one subsite, maybe learning is a different another subsite, uh, maybe finding communities inside your company for different skills or different languages, or maybe there is a design community and so on, and that, let's say, is another subsite. And what else can be? Let's say IT support is another subsite in the internet, and then you basically have your announcements and so on going on in the general intranet site, right? So now, Pearl growing, what they are. defining it as is you land on the internet website, you know that's where you will find the travel policy, and then you find the travel subsite, right? And you just go there and start finding the document from there. So this is one example of what pearl growing is. The second example is you've already seen the travel policy in the travel subsite. So you go directly to the travel subsite, right? And then from there you start finding it because this is more like you already have part of the information and you're trying to use that information to get to where you want to go, right? Basically, you already the metaphor is pearl is the information that you are trying to find, and maybe in the right in its current form, I'm gonna do a very horrible job. I can already see it in explaining this metaphor. But let me try. Right. So pearl is the metaphor for the information you are trying to find, and you already have a pearl, and you are trying to grow that pearl into something maybe slightly different. So it is the pearl that you want. Get it? But yeah, basically the idea is you just use the information that you already have to find the information that you want, right? Or use um, again this might sound like berry picking, but it's basically the difference is quite small. But I think it's important to understand the difference between pearl growing and berry picking. I'll probably do a little more research, or maybe we can do this in tomorrow's call, right? And then see exactly what are the differences between these two. Are there is a lot of I'm sure there is definitely a lot of overlap. I just want to understand what are the differences. The one difference that I can already see is in berry picking, you don't have any information when you start. But in pearl growing, you have some information to start with and then use that information to extend uh, or find similar information. Yeah, another example that they have given in this book is when you are trying a Google search, you find maybe one link that is close to what you want to find, and then there is a link that says similar sites. Let's find a Google search. Right. Um, okay, what I want to search. Our country. Now my search history. Cool. So now here, if I open this, I think there is okay. That's not it. Can I find a similar search? How search works? Cached source. Okay. I don't think I can do that anymore. So previously there used to be a link that says find similar search, but yeah, I don't see that anymore. So yeah, basically the idea is, when you found something that is close to what you are trying to find, and then or maybe it is one part of the information you are trying to find, and then you say search similar on Google or any other search engine, right? And maybe related products is also kind of pearl growing, where you are looking at something that you want to buy, but there are also other things. I'm sorry about this. Excuse me. Burps. All right. So this is good. Now let's get to Figma and try and put together a content. And also today I recharged my battery for the mouse. I have a rechargeable Panasonic battery, and yesterday it was 28 percentage. And I also got a new charger for my battery. It's also Panasonic, and it charged to 100%, I think, pretty much in an hour, which is great. All right, I tend to digress. Now, what I want to do is let me duplicate this and I'll make this. Okay, I think the file name should be different, but anyway, let me use this one for now. the current structure. It says EP001. This will actually be a sounding board or a mood board for, or not a mood board, but a brainstorming board for um, Crisp 001. I have to come up with a name for these crisp or short videos that I will be producing. All right, so I'm gonna just delete all of this. I'm just gonna keep the heading. I think, and yeah. So here I'll say integration and iteration. So this, I think we should be able to cover in a crisp fashion in less than 3 minutes. I'm gonna say 3 minutes for this video. And yeah, what is integration? I think I'll talk about that. What is iteration? Okay, and how examples, examples for integration and iteration. I'll probably do a video recording. Let me also put a video recording of what I am trying to find and screen recording basically. And then use that as an example when I talk about integration and iteration. Screen recording to show what is integration and iteration. I'm not sure if I should talk about pearl growing and berry picking because then there might be other models also. So under to do, let's see, see if there are other models of okay, like berry picking and pearl growing, right? So that's yeah, that's I think that is one good to do. I don't know if I can reduce the point size. Yes, okay, I can. That's great. That is a tangible output. Hmm, how do you? I don't know. I don't think there is any tangible output to this. It's just an understanding that you. I think that the designer has to have. Um, okay, okay. Sorry about that. I was quickly checking if the live stream is going on. Um, yeah, we were in Figma, right? So we will talk about what is integration, what is iteration, examples for integration and iteration. I'm thinking if we should have a why, but I think why will be implicitly evident when we talk about what is integration and what is iteration. Um, Maybe I'll put it as tentative. Why this is important? Because I always like to uh, talk about the whys because that gives a much better idea or sense of why someone should know about this. Alright, so that's good. Let me just quickly get some water. Okay, this is great. I think I'll remove these examples. Can help. Uh, okay, what else do I want to do? Start thinking. Okay, running blank for now at least. Uh, okay, integration, iteration, cool. I think this is good. Let's move on and see if we can find something else. I guess because I think we are only here. Ah, this. Okay, cool. Organizing principles, structure, and order. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So this is an interesting topic and might be useful for many of you. Right. And I'm just picking this topic up because we are, pretty close to what we want to find in integration and iteration. I don't want to spend any more time talking about them. They are fairly straightforward concepts. And because we have some more time, I thought I'll quickly pick up another topic, and that's the reason why we're talking about top-down information architecture. Now, top-down information architecture is, say you are landing on a website. Right, let's see, let me open some website. Um, which one? Okay, let's see. Amazon is maybe not a good example for top-down. I'm thinking about specific organizations. Um, okay, so let's see if we find something in the print and if they have a good top-down information architecture. Okay, I think this is a good place for top-down information architecture. Now, before I explain how this is in play, right in the print.com, there are certain questions that you need to answer. Okay, this is Chrome. Okay, this is Chrome. Um, okay, this is my notes. This is this. Where is top-down information architecture? Yes, I think that was in. Okay, no, I'm very confused. Um, yeah, so there is. Yeah. So there is a list of questions that the home page of a website tries to answer, right, for the user. First is where am I? All right, the user. You think about these questions as questions from the user to the website's homepage. Right, so when they are saying where am I? Am I on the print.in, or if I'm on a different website, am I on Swiggy? Amazon, Google Drive, there a clear indication of what site they are in or what product they are looking at. Right. Now I know what I am looking for. How do I search for it? Where is the search functionality? Right. Is that presented clearly on the homepage? How do I get around this site? This is all about the navigation. This can be based on your site and product, can be one thing or multiple things. So if it is only one primary navigation, right, then it is just that one thing that the user uses to navigate or get around the site. And then there are primary navigation, secondary navigation, and contextual navigation, which again, when I think about it, I think can be another topic for itself. Now, before I forget, let me make a quick note about topics apart from this one. I don't know if that'll make sense. Novel new building blocks to find information, navigation types. I'll just put primary, I think it's called global, local, and contextual. I may be wrong here. I'll redefine it later on. Okay, I don't know how this happened, but anyway, um, cool. So now the fourth question is what's important and unique about this organization. This is pretty much like an about section. I mean, based on your product, or maybe this is about the USP, right? We'll see if print answers this question because this can be tricky, right? So, for example, let's say you have a header banner for your website and that says the best, or I think we can find an example in Apple.com because they always boast about their company. So yeah, supercharged by M2, right? This is pretty much the answer for what's important and unique about this organization or about a product, right? It could be any of those things. What's unique and important? And let's see, let's see the iPad and see what they say about the iPad. Light, bright, full of might. See, that's the answer for this question. Right. Now, I said the homepage of a website. It also applies to the homepage of a product, right? If there are multiple products in a company, right? So, what's available on this site? This again can be answered in various forms. Okay, sorry about this, and I don't know. All right, what's available on this site? Okay, that's pretty much, I think, the your products and features on your website. How do you talk about it? Do you talk about them in the form of navigation? Do you talk about them in some other form? Maybe I don't know, a long list of items on the website, which may be there. I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty much what are the different things that the users can find on your site or product, right? And what's happening there? I mean, this is more to do with events. This may or again may not be applicable based on your product because events are something that if it is, let's say, an organization's website, not really a product, right? For example, an iPad. What's happening might be the Apple events that they have. And let's say there are no Apple events, just they are just pushing products like, for example, let's say a very small shop that sells cakes. All right. Maybe they just started, they don't have any events. In that case, this question is not applicable for them. What's happening there? And how do I engage with them via various other popular digital channels? This is pretty much what are the social media platforms you are on. Uh, and do you have an email that users can connect to? Or do you have a phone number? And so on. What is the address is self-explanatory. How can I access my account if there is user management on your site or product? How how do they access that? And of course, how can I contact a human? This could be for support. This could be for anything else, right? So let's see how print answers all of these questions. Where am I? Of course, it's very evident that we are on the Prince website. If someone is completely new to the site, looking at all the different information on this, at a glance, they'll be able to figure out this is probably a blog or a news website, right? And of course, once the users start reading either the content or the categories, politics, governance, economy, defense, and so on. I think it'll be fairly easy to understand that this is a news website, right? So that's how they are answering. Where am I? I know what I am looking for. How do I search for it? So of course they have search here. This is a common place for search, of course, as is very evident for everyone that we have to look at the data and see how many people are using search, and even if print wants their users to use search, right? Many times when the business knows that the feature is not very effective, they tend to not promote it in their site, basically. Right. So yeah, this is that. And how do I get around this site? Of course, this is the navigation and what's important and unique about this organization. So, hmm, okay. hmm Yeah, that is not here. I think only when you watch Shekhar Gupta's video. He's the chief editor, I think, for print. Let's see if we are able to find that from the top-down architecture. So, okay, is there a place where I can find the team? Education or opinion features? Okay, let me find anything. The print essential. Okay, let's see in the footer. It's usually in the footer. Careers about. Okay, let's see if we find it in about. Okay, these ads are crazy. This is the first time I'm accessing the Print's website. I usually follow their YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they have mentioned Shekhar Gupta's. Okay. Yeah, I think he's a yeah, editor in chief. So that's great. And what's okay, what's available is good. They also mention all the different categories, what's happening there, events. They generally have some yeah, special episodes like Cut the Clutter and National Interest, which are sort of like events. See, their definition of events is different. Off the cuff is also one specific category of videos they post on YouTube. So yeah, what's happening there? It's usually covered under events. And the next one is, okay, how do I engage with them via various other popular digital channels? This is all the channels that they are in. And how can I contact a human? I'm sure it's somewhere there in about. What's their address? How can I access my account? So I don't think there is a user aspect to this, so I don't think we'll find that. But let's try and find how can I contact human. So contact us is here. What is their address? I don't know if this is their address, so which is great. So pretty much the print is, I want to say, a good example, but definitely there are better examples of top-down information architecture. Right now, why top-down information architecture for a website is important, right? So today, content discovery is the key for engagement, right? For any product, for any website. And if your users are not able to find the information that they are looking for, then it's not serving your users, right? And there is a good chance the product might fail. Uh, and top-down information architecture is one way to see if your website answers the common questions the users, your users, may have. And of course, these are, as I said, common questions that may be very specific questions that your audience needs answered. So you also think about that, for your product and website. Now, what is the opposite of top-down information architecture? You guessed it right. It is bottom-up. Now, today's content discovery is primarily via a Google search, YouTube search, Amazon search, and basically they take your users right directly to your sites, one of the inner pages and not the home page, right? And do you have a good bottom-up information architecture? Meaning, are they able to find any other information that that your users might want to find right from that page, right? Instead of going top down, which is from home page to inner pages, they navigate from inner pages across the website, right? Not necessarily to the home page, but yeah, across different pages or parts of your website or product, right? And I think this is top down is important for apps because um, I think, at least as of now, there is no search engine, at least not that I am aware of, that can take you directly to an inner page of an application on your mobile phone, right? When I'm talking about apps, I'm talking about applications on mobile phones. Users usually land on the home page of an application on iPhone, on their Android, and so on. and they navigate the rest of the product from the homepage. So top-down information architecture becomes more important for apps, basically, right? And yeah, there are tons of articles on the internet, or at least a few dozen articles on the internet that talks about top-down information architecture in detail. So yeah, just to summarize, I am still not sure if I explained what is top-down information architecture clearly and why it is important. So let me attempt to summarize it. Why top-down information architecture is important? Because it should answer all the common questions of your audience so that the audience is able to find what they want to find when they land on your homepage. Right? Otherwise, they're just gonna move on to the next website or to a different product where they can find the information that they want to find. Or if it is a service or specific needs, they'll probably ditch your application or service if they cannot find something that they are trying to find from the homepage. Right, it necessarily need not be right on the homepage. It can be via navigation through inner pages, but they should be able to get to the inner pages as fast as they can. Right, so that's why that's top-down information architecture, and that's the reason why it is important. I think we covered both in that. Cool. I think we are done with today's episode. Let me see for how long we have been streaming. Okay, we've been streaming for 40 minutes, which is good time. So with that, see you all tomorrow in episode 5, and ciao.